Have you ever wondered how to create an astonishing paper plane that soars through the air with grace and precision? Today, we're diving into the world of paper aerodynamics and the art of crafting the perfect paper plane. What's magical about this art form is its simplicity. All you need is a piece of paper and your hands. No expensive equipment, no complicated instructions, just you and the power of paper. Imagine holding a piece of paper and within minutes transforming it into a flying marvel. It's not just about folding paper, it's about understanding the power of precision, patience, and creativity. It's a journey from a flat surface to a three-dimensional entity capable of slicing through the air. This process is a testament to how something ordinary can be turned into something extraordinary with the right knowledge and technique. So, are you ready to embark on this journey of transformation? Stay tuned as we unravel the step-by-step process to transform a simple piece of paper into a soaring marvel. Before we begin our journey, it is imperative to gather the right tools. The first and foremost tool, of course, is paper, but not just any paper will do. For an astonishing paper plane, you'll want to select a paper that strikes the perfect balance between weight and flexibility. Too heavy and your plane will plummet. Too thin and it may not hold its shape. A medium-weight paper akin to the standard printer paper usually does the trick. The texture of the paper also matters. A slightly smooth surface allows for easier folding and a cleaner flight path. And the size? A standard letter-size sheet that's 8.5 by 11 inches is ideal. Now don't forget the importance of a flat surface to work on. Your kitchen table or a desk would work perfectly. And lastly, ensure your hands are clean. We don't want any smudges on our masterpiece, do we? With these essentials at hand, we're ready to create our very own paper plane. The magic begins with the initial folds, setting the foundation of our paper plane. The first folds of our paper plane are like the first brush strokes on a canvas. They set the tone and direction for the masterpiece we're about to create. Let's start by taking our sheet of paper, and we're going to fold it in half lengthwise. This is a crucial step, as it's going to give us the central line that we'll use as a guide for our future folds. Imagine it as the spine of our plane, giving it strength and direction. Make sure to be precise with this fold. A little off here, and our plane might end up flying in circles. Now unfold the paper. You should see a clear crease running down the middle. This crease is our guideline, our roadmap if you will, for the rest of our folding journey. Next, we're going to fold the top corners into the center. This is where the artistry really begins. The tips of the corners should touch the central line we've just created. It's almost like we're making a paper hat at this stage, but trust me, we're on our way to an amazing paper plane. Folding the corners in this way will start to give our plane its iconic shape. It's also the part where our plane starts getting its aerodynamics. With these folds, we're creating the first parts of what will become the wings of our plane. Remember, patience is key here. Take your time to get these folds right. The more precise you are, the better your plane will be. And don't worry if you don't get it perfect the first time. Like any art form, crafting the perfect paper plane takes practice. These initial folds are key to giving our paper plane its shape and aerodynamics. They're the foundation we'll build upon as we continue to shape our paper plane. With these folds, we've not only started the structure of our plane, but we've also begun to breathe life into a simple piece of paper. And that, my friends, is where the true magic lies. It's time to give our paper plane its wings, the elements that will lift it into the air. Once we've made our initial folds, we're going to take our paper and fold it in half along the center crease. This is a critical step, so take your time and make sure you get it just right. Align the edges perfectly, press down firmly, and run your fingers along the crease to ensure it's sharp. By folding the plane in half, we're creating the body or fuselage of our aircraft. With the plane folded in half, it's time to turn our attention to the wings. To form the wings, we're going to fold the sides down. Imagine you're creating a mirror image on both sides of the fold. Start from the top of the fold and fold the paper down on both sides, ensuring that the top edge aligns with the bottom edge of the plane. This will create a wing on each side. Now it's important to ensure that our wings are symmetrical. Why, you ask? Well, symmetry is key to a well-balanced flight. If one wing is bigger or shaped differently than the other, our plane will veer off course or spiral out of control. So, take your time and double-check that both wings are identical in size and shape. To check for symmetry, you can simply compare the wings visually. However, for a more accurate comparison, you can measure the wings using a ruler or a digital caliper. If you find any discrepancies, don't be afraid to unfold and refold until you get it just right. Remember, patience is the key to perfection. Creating the wings is a bit like sculpting. It requires precision, patience, and a keen eye for detail. And just like a sculptor, you'll find satisfaction in seeing your creation take shape. Each fold, each crease brings you one step closer to a paper plane that's not only beautiful to look at, but also ready to soar through the air. With our wings set, our paper plane is almost ready for its maiden flight. Our paper plane is now shaped and ready, but before it takes off, let's understand how to launch it correctly. Launching a paper plane is an art in itself. It's not just about throwing it away, but it's about giving it the right direction and momentum. It's like the bowstring that propels an arrow. The right technique can take your paper plane soaring high and far. Let's start with how to hold a paper plane. The right way is to hold it at the center of the plane's body, just where the folds intersect. This is the plane's center of gravity. Holding it here will keep your plane balanced when you launch it. Next, let's talk about the throw. It's tempting to throw your paper plane as hard as you can, but remember, it's not about strength, it's about finesse. A gentle, steady throw is what's needed. You don't want to crush or crumple your plane with a forceful throw. Instead, think of it as releasing the plane into the air, letting it glide gracefully. Now, the angle of launch is crucial. Launching your plane straight ahead might seem intuitive, but a slight upward angle, about 30 degrees, can give your plane the lift it needs to stay in the air longer. Just be careful not to tilt it too high, or it could stall and come crashing down. Lastly, always consider the wind. Even the slightest breeze can affect your plane's flight. If possible, launch your plane into the wind. This can give it an extra lift and help it travel further. But remember, too much wind can send your plane off course, so choose your day wisely. With these tips in mind, your paper plane is ready to take flight and amaze everyone with its grace and distance. Let's recap the journey of our paper plane creation. We started by unleashing the power of paper, an everyday material with untapped potential. We explored the various types of paper that can be used, underlining the importance of choosing the right one for your plane. Remember, the weight and texture of the paper can significantly impact the flight of your plane. Next, we moved on to gathering the essentials. We didn't need any fancy equipment, just a flat surface, a ruler, and our hands. It's a testament to how simplicity often leads to the most extraordinary results. Then, we dived into the initial folds. This phase was all about precision and patience. Each fold had to be crisp and exact, setting the foundation for our plane. We learned about the center crease, the nose, and the tail, and how these elements are crucial for the aerodynamics of the plane. Afterward, we embarked on shaping the wings. This was a pivotal step, as the wings determined the lift and stability of our plane. We made sure the wings were symmetrical and aligned, ensuring a balanced flight. The beauty of this step is in its versatility. You can experiment with different wing shapes to change the flight pattern of your plane. Finally, we got our plane ready for takeoff. We talked about the correct way to hold and launch the plane, affecting its trajectory and distance. We also touched on how varying the force and angle of your throw can lead to different flight patterns. In essence, creating an astonishing paper plane is a blend of art and science, patience and precision, creativity and aerodynamics. Each step, from choosing the right paper to the correct way to launch, plays a vital role in the flight of the plane. Remember, practice makes perfect. So keep creating, keep launching, and keep soaring. The sky's the limit when it comes to paper planes, and the more you experiment, the more you learn. Until next time, happy flying.